Well, good day, and here we are looking at another kit. And of course, in the Facebook group I'm most active in, the International Scale Modelers, they do a motorsport build, and I would like to do this a buddy build motorsport with this one, with the 1961 Pontiac Catalina. It is in Joe Weatherly's color, and it's obviously NASCAR. And the kit is from Moebius, and I thought, why not go ahead and have a look at that. And here we go. Right. Let me tell you a little bit more about this kit. This kit is from Moebius, and it was the first one from Moebius in that line. They have another one after that. I'm just checking it out here, which is just a normal street version of this particular car. And there was one from AMT, in the 90s, but I don't think it has anything in common with this one. Anyway, you are the judge of that. Let's have a quick look at the box. It gives you all the special features of the kit. Here, just another view of the box art. Here you can see the car from another angle. You can see also the roll cage, which we have over here. Nice decals. We're going to have a look at that in a minute. And then again to the box art. There is nothing at the bottom. Right. So, let's have a look at it. And we start as usual out with the instructions. Here they are. And as it is with Moebius, these are fold-out instructions. So it's not a booklet. It's quite a big thing, a bit unwieldy, especially if you only have a limited space in front of the camera. But here we go. It's big enough to give you an idea of what they look like. This is what the instructions look like. It gives you a very nice description of what to do on this side. You will see what it doesn't give you is a color call-out. Then in the Moebius kits, they don't give you color call-outs. Say, well, how do you know how to paint? Well, obviously you could do your research on the internet, but what they do give you is a suggested paint colors on the one side, and then on the other side, they give you a pretty good idea what the engine, the interior, and that all of that is supposed to look like. So according to them, and you obviously can do your own research on the internet and see what Joe Weatherly's car looked like. And here you have the instructions for all the parts, and there are quite a few of those. We're going to have a look at them in a minute. Obviously interesting with these kind of racing car kits, be it modern or classic or old. This one are the decals. So let's have a quick look at those. And here we are. And to be quite honest, you're not going to see an awful lot here. Reason being, let's get some additional light here to kill a bit of the shadows here. Here we go. Reason being that most of them are white. Let's put them this way around. Most of them, what you do get is decals for the dashboard, which is very nice. I like that a lot. Here you are. And otherwise it's mostly branding and obviously the number. And what you also get are these decals over here, which say, if you can't read it, it says Firestone, and they're obviously for your tires. So it has decals for the dash, which is very nice, and then the numbers, and lots and lots and lots of branding, as it was and still is quite normal for race cars all over the world, really. Right, then we shall have a look at the tires. You saw the Firestone decals. Here are the tires, and just look at the thread. Now this thread is not very unlike the thread they had at the beginning of the 60s on the stock cars, or NASCAR as we call it today. And it's actually not bad at all. Very nice tires, lovely tires, hard tires. hollow but pretty hard, and they have no branding on the side, but as you have seen, we have the Firestone decals. So the stock cars used Firestone at the time. Today Firestones are used at IndyCar, and the stock cars use Goodyears. Times change. Then the glass, and you will have to forgive me for that, I will not take that out of the plastic. Feels pretty thin. It has the front and the back glass, and it has the little quarter windows, and that's about it. That's all glass there is. Obviously they didn't need much more for the stock cars. Then let's have a look at the chrome. It's here in the plastic bag, and we'll take it out. There's the back. There you have the gear lever, shifter. You have the two carburetors, valve covers. That would be on this one. As you can see, there's quite a bit of cut out, which you probably get with the stock version of this. And then on this side, you get the front right over here. Very nice. And then just another shifter, so you can decide which one you use. You get these covers, which I think are light covers, lens covers. And yeah, rear mirror right over here. And that's about it. I want to show you a bit more of the detail here. Here we go. That should give you a pretty good idea. Here you are. Chrome is not too thick, so you can obviously take it off and re-chrome it yourself. I think in this particular case I will use as is. Right. Now all the special parts are done. We can now move on to a stack of plastic. When I say stack of plastic, I mean a stack of plastic. Here you go. Let's put that to one side. Let's have a look at them in detail. There's a hose which is lonely floating around here in the box. A couple of shock absorbers and other parts. Looks like engine parts over here. On this particular sprue we also see the drive shaft. And let's have a look at the next one. Here we have back of the inert, we have top of the engine block, other stabilizing parts. This looks part of the exhaust system. Let's turn this around. Yeah, it certainly is. We have two other covers which I have no idea where they go. We will have to find out as we build them. Here we have other parts of the chassis. Then you see parts of the roll cage, which you can build for that. Obviously I will. And then you have the air filter right over here. The very nice steering wheel. And if you look carefully, there's a bit of flesh on there, so that needs a bit of cleaning up. All of these parts actually need to be some cleaning up. But you know, that's part of modeling, isn't it? Oil pan right over here, the cooler, A-arms. Here we have the end pieces, Krümmer as we say in German. Here we have the fan belt assembly, part of the engine block, and another accessory. Looks like a generator or alternator, 61, could be either. And then obviously a couple of springs right over here. Looking at the springs, it looks to seem to be molded pretty nicely. Normally you have this line in the middle of the springs, but this one seems to be very nice, so it shouldn't be too difficult to clean up. And what we're having here, there's the part of the engine sprue. Right over here, two of the engine half and is together with the transmission, part of the front part of the suspension, other engine parts over here. And then here we have, it's probably the cover of the differential, I would guess, battery. That's probably part of the brake assembly over here. Then here we have differential at the back, other small parts, small engine parts here on top. Here we have the hood or bonnet, depending what you prefer. That's right over here, seems to be very nicely molded. A nice detail on the inside as well. And here, this is the front ball where the cooler gets installed. Here we have the dashboard, which is nicely detailed. It's obviously where those decals go in, which we were talking about earlier. And the firewall right on top over there. It's interesting, I don't see any roundels where these, and the dashboard where these decals would go in. So you make that up yourself? Not quite sure. We have the instructions. Let's have a look what they think about it. Funny, oh yeah, there it is. Alright, so this looks a lot more simple. If you look at the instructions interior, where are we? Here we go. You see, this looks a lot more simple and looks a lot more stock car-like than what I saw over there. So we might not use this particular dashboard which I have just showed you. Ah, there's a plate which goes over this. Okay. Alright, so this is what's happening. This is a stock dashboard. It will be covered up by a plate, and then you can put your decals on and it will be a racing interior and dashboard. Then here we have the interior panels right over there. We have a seat, because that's all they had. And they normally didn't take passengers in those races. Here we are, there's your seat. Funny, they actually cut the other one out. I mean, really, probably more effort to cut that out than leave it in and you have something for the spares. So I'm not quite sure about that. And here we have the wheels. Steelies, as it was in those days. And you can make those wheels up yourself according to the real wheels, and they were in stock car, normally very simple, one color, and obviously with the nuts who holding on to the wheel. That's about it. Right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of that. The Pontiac Catalina from 1961 in the Joe Weatherly's outfit. Right over here, very, very nice. Love it. And I will certainly enjoy building this. There's a nice color scheme. That black, I haven't seen that black as a decal. So that means, well, it has to be painted. So that will be loads of fun. And we will obviously do that. Thanks very much for watching. And you guys have an awesome day. And greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.